Hi, I'm Korrena from Wirecutter, and I'd like to tell you how to not get confused when you look at your credit card bill. Credit card bills might seem straightforward at first, but there's a lot of jargon that you really should pay attention to, so let's dive in. The first thing to keep in mind is that your credit bill and credit card statement are the same thing. Your statement will come to you once a month and states the previous month's charges. If you're also looking at your account online, you will also see recent charges and pending charges. And these are just charges that are still being processed. Now let's talk about balances. There are a couple of different kinds you want to be aware of. First is current balance. This includes everything you haven't paid from previous month's statements, plus your most recent charges. So simply put, it's all the money that you owe on your card. And then there's your statement balance, which is sometimes called last statement balance or balance due on last statement. This is the amount you've charged only in the month that just ended. Don't confuse your statement balance with your current balance, which is how much you owe overall. So now you have your balance figured out and it's time to pay it off. It's really tempting to only pay the smallest amount possible, and the banks know this. And this is why they also show you your minimum balance due. Often a pretty manageable amount, as low as $25. If you owe a lot of money, your minimum payment is typically a percentage of that amount. Pay that amount each month and you won't ding your credit with a missed payment, and you'll stay on your credit card company's good side. But the ugly truth is that if you only pay the minimum amount each month, you're gonna get charged a whole lot of interest, and you could end up in a debt cycle, which is where your debt keeps going up, but you can never get on top of it. To avoid paying any more money than you have to in interest, try to pay off your statement balance each month or get as close to it as you possibly can. Speaking of interest, you'll want to know a few things. The interest rate you pay is expressed as APR, annual percentage rate. And unless you pay off your entire balance each month, you're being charged interest. But just how much are you paying? Let's do some math. Your interest is calculated as a percentage of the APR. Yes, a percentage of a percentage. Divide your APR, let's say it's 18%, by 365, which is the number of days in the year. Then multiply that number by your balance to see how much interest you're being charged every day. So, say you've racked up $1,000 in charges and you don't buy anything else for the month. Your 18% APR is divided by 365, and that equals 0.049. Now times that by your $1,000 balance and you'll get 49 cents, which is then added to your balance that day. So that seems like a tiny amount to pay in interest, but that's just one day of interest. The next day, you'll be charged interest on your new balance, which is $1,000.49. And you'll times that by 0.049. And so if you keep going every day, by the end of the month, things are starting to look a little bit less rosy. This is the phenomenon of compounding interest, and it's how credit card debt can easily spiral out of your control. So if you only made minimum payments of $30 per month on a balance of $1,000, it's going to take over 4 years to pay that off. And the total interest you pay will be almost $500, which is half the amount you originally charged. So the lesson, pay off as much as you can, as early as you can. That's your credit card bill in a nutshell. And hopefully you can look at your next statement with a bit more confidence, because the last thing preventing you from paying your credit card bill should be confusion. I was trying to use my hands, but I'm trying to work it out.